Hello students, I trust you're staying safe. Please do continue to stay safe. You're welcome once again to another online class. And today, we'll be taking a revision of nouns, pronouns, verbs, and adjectives. The revision of nouns, pronouns, verbs, and adjectives. Okay? Because I remember our first term, we treated parts of speech. We read the 8 parts of speech. But today, this class will be concentrated only on those 4 parts of speech. So before I move on, I'd like to share learning objectives for this class with you. So at the end of this lesson, you should be able to define nouns and its types. Also, you should be able to define pronouns and its types. You should be able to define verbs and adjectives, and lastly, give examples of nouns and pronouns. What is a noun? A noun is a word for a person, place, or thing. A noun is a word for a person, place, or thing. Or a noun is a naming word. Everything we see or talk about is represented by a word that names it. That naming word is called a noun. Often, a noun will be the name for something we can touch. For example, lion, cake, or computer. But sometimes, a noun will be the name for something we cannot touch, such as bravery, joy, determination. So, a noun is a name of a person, animal, place, things, ideas, innovations, inventions, and so on and so forth. So, anything that names something is referred to as a noun. So, what are types of noun? We have 2 major types of noun: common nouns and proper nouns. A noun can be categorized as either a common noun or a proper noun. A common noun is the word used for a class of person, place, or thing. Or we can say that a common noun is the general name given to nouns. For example, we have person, we have city, dog. All these are general names given to nouns, and they are referred to as common nouns. Another type of noun is proper noun. A proper noun is the given name of a person, place, or thing. Now, a proper noun is a special name or a specific name given to a noun. The difference between a common noun and a proper name is that a common noun is a general name given to noun, while a proper noun is a specific name given to noun. Examples under the proper noun, we have Michael. Michael is the name of a person. New York is the name of a place. And you have to take note that a proper noun always starts with a capital letter. A proper noun always starts with a capital letter. Examples: the name of a person. A name of a person must start with a capital letter. A name of a place, such as a country, a city, a state, must all start with a name. Also, a name of a religious book, such as the Bible or a Quran, must start with a capital letter. Moving on to other types of noun, we have abstract noun. And abstract noun are things you cannot see or touch. Abstract nouns are things you cannot see or touch. For example, joy, determination, bravery. You can't see these things, neither can you touch them. So all these are referred to as abstract noun. Concrete noun is another type of noun. Concrete nouns are things you can see or touch. For example, tree, hammer, or cloud. Concrete nouns are names of things that can be seen or touched. Tree, hammer, or cloud. And lastly, and also we have the collective noun. Collective nouns are words that denote group. They denote groups. For example, a team of people, a choir of choristers, a pack of Jews. All these are collective nouns because they denote groups. Moving on to compound nouns. Compound nouns are nouns made up of more than one noun. They are nouns made up of more than one noun. For example, court-martial, pickpocket, water bottle. All these words are made up of more than one word. Court-martial, pickpocket, and water bottle, and they all belong to compound nouns. Also, we have the countable and non-countable nouns. A countable noun is a noun with both a singular and a plural form. A countable noun is a noun with both a singular and a plural form. For example, we have a dog, dogs, pie, pies. So countable nouns always have a plural form, while a non-countable noun is a noun without a plural form. For example, oxygen. It will be very wrong to say oxygens or patients. It will also be wrong to say patients. So all these are examples of countable and non-countable nouns. More examples of countable nouns, we have mountain, which is the singular form, then mountains is the plural. Fight is also the singular form, while the plural form is fight. Kiss, singular, kisses, plural. With no plural form, these are non-countable nouns. Food, to be very wrong to say food. So non-count nouns always remain in the singular form. They do not change their form. So you can say foods or music or waters. So it's just food, music, water. Pronouns. This is the next part of speech, pronouns. What are pronouns? Pronouns are words used instead of a noun in a sentence. Pronouns are words used instead of a noun in a sentence. For example, Sarah has always loved fashion. Sarah announced that Sarah wants to go to fashion school. Sarah has always loved fashion. Sarah announced that Sarah wants to go to fashion school. So if you look at this sentence properly, you'll discover that there's a repetition of the noun Sarah. So in order to avoid the repetition, we replace Sarah, which is a noun, with a pronoun. So pronouns are words used instead of a noun in a sentence, or pronouns are words used to replace a noun in a sentence. So what do we have? Instead, you can use the pronoun she and her to refer to Sarah. So it becomes, Sarah has always loved fashion. She announced that she wants to go to a fashion school. So if you take a look at the second sentence, you've discovered that the noun Sarah has been replaced with she, which is a pronoun, and it makes more sense. Sarah has always loved fashion. She announced that she wants to go to a fashion school. Sounds better than Sarah has always loved fashion. Sarah announced that Sarah wants to go to fashion school. So the essence of a pronoun in a sentence is to replace a noun in a sentence, or it is used instead of a noun in a sentence. So what are the types of pronouns? The first type of pronoun here is personal pronouns. Personal pronouns, examples of personal pronouns are she, are, I, me, you, he, and him. Him, it, we, us, they, and them. So all these are examples of personal pronouns. Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns make up another class of pronouns. Relative pronouns include that, what, which, who, and whom. So traditionally, who refers to people, and which and that refer to animals or things. I hope you understand. So we use who for people and which and that for animals or things. Moving on to other types of pronouns, we also have the demonstrative pronouns. Under this, we have that, these, those are demonstrative pronouns. They take the place of a noun or noun phrase that has already been mentioned. They take the place of a noun or noun phrase that has already been mentioned in a sentence. So it is also used for singular items that are nearby. Sorry, this is used for singular items that are nearby, while this is used for multiple items that are nearby. So reflexive and intensive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns end in self or selves. We have myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. So all these are examples of reflexive pronouns and intensive pronouns. So you use a reflexive pronoun when both the subject and the verb and the object of a verb refer to the same thing or person. Verbs. What are verbs? A verb is a doing word that shows an action, an event, or a state. A verb is a doing word that shows an action, an event, or a state. A sentence may either have a main verb, a helping verb, or both. In other words, a verb is a word that informs about an action, an existence, or something or an occurrence. The verb is the main word in a sentence. No sentence can be completed without a verb. So there are two major types of verbs. You have the regular verbs and the irregular verbs. The regular verbs and the irregular verbs. So what are regular verbs? Regular verbs form their past tense and past participle by adding d or ed, and their present participle by adding ing. So we have the present tense, the present participle, the past tense, and the past participle. Apologize becomes apologizing under the present participle. Apologize in the past tense, and the past participle remains the same as the past tense, which is apologize. We also have celebrate. Celebration is the present participle of celebrate, while the past tense for this is celebrated, and the past participle is celebrated. Irregular verbs. This is another form of verbs, but they form their past tense and past participle differently. They form their past tense and past participle differently. The first example here is am or is. Now this is a to be verb. Under the present participle, it becomes being. Past tense was, past participle being. Now, oftentimes, students confuse the present participle and the past participle of this word. Being is the present participle, while being is the past participle. Okay, some people say, I have been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you. So this is present participle. There's a difference between this present participle and the past participle. Being is slightly different from been. So are is the next. Being is the present participle as well, where the past participle, and being is the past, where is the past tense, and being is the past participle. Arise, arising, arose, and arisen. Bend, bending, bent, and bent. Bite, biting, beat, and beaten. So all these are examples of verbs in its irregular form. Adjectives. What are adjectives? Adjectives are words that describe the qualities or state of being or noun. We can also say adjectives are words that qualify a noun or a pronoun. Or adjectives are words that describe a noun and pronoun in a sentence. Examples of this are enormous, dog-like, skilly, yellow, fun, fast. They can also describe the quantity of nouns, many, few, millions, and 11. So all these are examples of adjectives. So we also have two different forms of adjectives. We have the regular form and the irregular form. So the regular form their comparative and superlative by adding either er to the comparative or more. Or they form their superlative by adding est or most to the main verb of the sentence. The first example here, we have rich, richer, and richest. So this forms comparative by adding er and is superlative by adding est. So we have rich, richer, and richest. Lovely, lovelier, and loveliest. Beautiful, more beautiful, and most beautiful. Another form of adjective is the irregular form. Now these forms, they are past their comparative and superlative differently. We have good, better, best, bad, worse, worst, little, less, least, much, more, most, many, more, most, some, more, most, far, farther, farthest. So all these are examples of adjectives. So a quick recap of what I've been talking about. I said this is a topic for our week 9. This is our week 9 topic, and we have the revision of nouns, pronouns, verbs, and adjectives. And I said nouns are naming words. Nouns are naming words. Could be the name of a person, animal, place, things, ideas, inventions, innovations, and so on and so forth. And I said nouns could either be things that we can see or things that we cannot see or touch. The first type, nouns are divided into two, common nouns and proper nouns. And I said a common noun is a general name given to nouns, while a proper noun is a special name or specific name given to nouns. Of the types of nouns, we have the abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are things you cannot see or touch, such as joy, determination, and bravery. These are things that cannot be seen or touched. Concrete nouns are things that you can see or touch. Tree, hammer. Collective nouns are words that denote groups. For example, a team of people, a choir of choristers, a pack of Jews, and so on and so forth. Other examples, we have the compound nouns. Compound nouns are nouns made up of more than one word. Court martial, pickpocket, water bottle. The countable and non-countable noun. A countable noun is a noun with both a singular and a plural form. We have dog, dogs, pie, pies. A non-countable noun is a noun without a plural form. Example, oxygen, patients. Examples of countable nouns, mountain, mountains. Non-countable nouns, food, music, and water. I said pronouns are words used instead of a noun in a sentence, or pronouns are words used to replace a noun in a sentence. Types of pronouns, I said we have the proper noun, personal pronouns, relative pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, reflexive pronouns, and intensive pronouns. I said a verb is an action word or a doing word, or a doing word that shows an action, an event, or a state of being. I said there are two major types of verbs. We have the regular verbs and the irregular verbs. On to the last, I said adjectives are word that qualifies a noun or pronoun in a sentence. Qualifies a noun or pronoun in a sentence. There are also two forms of adjectives, the regular and the irregular. We have the positive, comparative, and the superlative. Well, thank you for watching this video. I really hope you've learned a lot. And if you have any questions for me, you could pass your questions across to me through the WhatsApp platform, and I will attempt those questions. Please keep staying safe and read your books. Prepare for your tests and exams. Bye for now.